The Return of the Dire Wolves, A Journey Through Time. Long before the first human settlements in the vast and unforgiving wilderness of what we now call North America, a fearsome predator roamed the land. This creature, with its muscular build, sharp fangs, and striking, almost mythical presence, was the dire wolf, Canis dirus. Larger than the modern gray wolf, these beasts were apex predators, masters of the Ice Age world, tracking down megafauna such as mammoths, mastodons, and giant bison. But around 10,000 years ago, they mysteriously vanished from the earth, leaving behind only bones and the legends of their dominance. For centuries, the dire wolf existed only in the shadows of history, its extinction one of the many unanswered questions of the Pleistocene era. But then, something unexpected happened. Science, with its relentless pursuit of understanding, began to unearth the possibility that this ancient predator could return from extinction. It wasn't magic or myth. No, the return of the dire wolves would come through science. To understand how they came back, we must first consider the world the dire wolves inhabited. They were formidable pack hunters, living in the cold, icy realms of the last ice age. Their strength and size were evolutionary advantages that made them deadly hunters. However, as the climate warmed and the massive prey they depended on dwindled or went extinct, the dire wolves faced an insurmountable challenge. The end of the Ice Age was also a time of great upheaval, and within a few thousand years the dire wolves were gone. Though the exact cause of their extinction remains debated, it is clear that their specialized hunting skills could not adapt quickly enough to a changing environment. They left behind their bones in caves, fossilized tracks, and traces of their once great empire. But then, as with many things, life found a way. Fast forward to the 21st century, paleontologists and biologists began to examine DNA preserved in the bones of these ancient creatures. Some of the most remarkable advances in genetic engineering, paired with a fascination for resurrecting extinct species, led to the development of a controversial field known as, while the idea of bringing back creatures like the woolly mammoth or the saber-toothed tiger might sound like something out of a science fiction novel, in 2023 something remarkable happened. Thanks to breakthroughs in CRISPR gene editing technology, scientists have been able to extract enough DNA from direwolf fossils to begin mapping their genetic code. Combined with the genome of the modern gray wolf, which shares a common ancestor with the dire wolf, researchers at various genetics labs have managed to unlock the secrets of these ancient animals. In 2024, the first successful cloning of a dire wolf was reported. Using DNA extracted from a well-preserved specimen found in the La Brea tar pits, scientists were able to recreate the creature. Unlike Jurassic Park-style recreations, the cloning was part of a controlled effort to bring back these creatures as part of a larger ecological project. The plan was to not only revive the species, but to also explore their potential role in restoring ecosystems that have been altered by human development and climate change. The first dire wolves born in the modern age are not wandering through the wilds of North America just yet. Instead, they have been brought into specially designed sanctuaries, where scientists can study them in environments that closely mimic their natural habitats. These new dire wolves, while genetically identical to their extinct ancestors, are being raised in captivity for the purpose of ecological research. There they live and hunt in packs, with researchers closely monitoring their behaviors and instincts. One of the driving motivations behind this de-extinction project is the potential ecological role the dire wolves could play. Ecosystem restoration is a growing field, and bringing back apex predators like the dire wolf could help rebalance ecosystems that have become increasingly fragile due to human interference. In the same way that wolves have proven to be beneficial in places like Yellowstone National Park, where their presence has helped regulate populations of deer and other herbivores, the dire wolf might be able to help restore the ecosystems of the North American wilderness. But the question remains, how would they interact with today's world? Though genetically similar to modern wolves, the dire wolves are larger and more powerful, and their behaviors might be somewhat different. The dire wolves are apex predators, and their hunting patterns, social structures, and dietary needs are still being studied. Could they coexist with modern wolves, or would they challenge them for dominance? The answer is still uncertain. The two species share a common ancestor, but they evolved in very different environmental contexts, so their interactions could be complex. The larger question, though, is whether their return could help solve ecological problems or create new ones. Imagine packs of dire wolves hunting alongside their smaller, modern relatives in a restored wilderness, reversing the damage done by overhunting and habitat destruction, preventing the overgrazing of plants and allowing ecosystems to recover. There's also the possibility of what could happen if the dire wolves were to outcompete the modern wolves or other predators for territory. The resurrection of the dire wolves symbolizes something much larger than the mere return of a species. It embodies the potential of science to undo some of the harm we've done to the planet. It challenges us to rethink our relationship with the natural world and to consider the consequences of our actions, both past and present. But it also serves as a reminder that even in the face of innovation, there are risks. De-extinction is not without its ethical and ecological challenges. We may be able to bring back creatures that once roamed the earth, but we must also learn how to live with them, and with the knowledge that life is more fragile and interconnected than we often recognize. The dire wolves may be gone from the wild for now, but perhaps in the not-so-distant future their howls will echo once again through the forests and plains of North America, a symbol not just of ancient history, but of a new chapter in the story of life on Earth. Would you want to see the dire wolves return to their wild habitats, or would you prefer they stay in sanctuaries? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this dive into the incredible story of the dire wolves and want to stay up to date with the latest in de-extinction science, wildlife conservation, and cutting-edge research, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.